everybody. And this is going to be interesting. So, some of you may have heard that we had a ton of snowfall in the Carolinas. So, I'm going to take you all for a walk through the snow. We might lose connection here at some point. My connection is very weak in this area, but I'm going to try anyway. Presently, I am facing the challenge of trying to make it down my driveway. The snow is good and dry, but it is also slippery and it is sliding down the driveway. So this is challenge number one. Let's see what we can do. And I'll turn around the camera a few times so that you guys could see what's going on. Let me forward. Alright, send my invites. Here is what the view is like of the woods right now. And let's see if we can make it down this very steep slope without landing on my tush. In the past, we used to have more of this. And we used to have these kind of fairly moderate snow days. Like we would get, I don't know, 4 to 5 inches. Not too terrible. Now, we seem to have gone to extremes. We either get like a dusting that melts by noon, or we get this. We get the Snowmageddon. So far so good. Very grateful to my husband. He dug out both of our cars. It is very pretty. Hi, Doxel. How are ya? I'm so sorry it is all cold and gray out your way. It just sucks. I hate it. You know, I know snow is challenging. I prefer snow to ice. Ice is dangerous. But whew, when it's just gray and dark and miserable, that's like even worse. I hate that. Oh my God, and here we go. We have a couple of ruts here, so I might actually choose to walk in the ruts. Let's see. So, you can see there's my house. There's the tree castle up there in the snow. And this is my immediate neighborhood. So this is the street where I live, and you can see it is completely covered. Nobody out there. Thank you. I am staying warm. Thank you so much. So let's go. There is a little bit of ice under this. A little bit. But not too bad. Mostly it is snow. I'll take snow over ice anyway. And the stuff that's coming down now is pretty aggressive. Ouch. This is like super dry, painful shit. Ah! Whoa, this is gnarly. I wish there was I wish I had skiing goggles right now. Whew. Because this stuff is prickly and very, very cold. Oh. Thank you for following. After we're done with our walk, this is going to be fairly short, not very long. I'm going to try and take you to my waterfall to get to my house, to and from my house. So when this road shuts down, nobody goes any damn where. Yeah, and I did see. Yeah, sorry guys. I did see that the power flickered there. Sorry about that. So, yeah, this is the sticks. There's not much out here. It's basically woods, wildlife, farms, horses, cows, that type of thing. And since it's a mountain road, it's kind of winding, very up and downy type of thing. It's not one of the primary roads. It's not even a secondary road. So when it comes to snowplows, they basically just wait for things to melt on their own. So, how is everybody doing today? I hope everybody's okay. I hope everybody's warm, safe, well, healthy. That's very important. So, yeah, this is my backyard, guys. And I'll show you some places, some pretty places, some pretty winter pictures. Some of them are places you've seen in my nature walk videos. And as you know, I post those daily. Hot is good right now, isn't it? Isn't it awesome, Doxel? One of the biggest things, in this area is that because we have so many trees and big trees and we have wildlife, we do lose power a fair amount. We have a generator, and of course we prepped our generator for the snowstorm, because that's just what you do when you live in the mountains, in the sticks. We've hauled up a bunch of firewood, like I told you on Your Life with Lily, and one of my biggest, most favorite things, I know that right now there is a conversation about no longer producing and no longer installing gas stoves. And I understand that from the environmental standpoint, we do need to think about it. But I can tell you what, in these places, in the places like this, when the electricity goes out, having a gas stove is flipping priceless. It is so important. It makes such a huge difference when you can prepare a hot meal when you have no heat, no electricity, none of that. So, big difference. All right, let me flip you again, show you some more scenery. Here we go. So we are approaching the little pond in my area. There we go. Let's see if we can even see. Oh my God! The creek is completely covered. Almost completely. Hang on, guys. Let me get a little closer so that you can see what I see. Oh my goodness, can you see it? So this creek is actually about 50% wider than you see here. Okay? So, but right now it looks so tiny and frozen because it is half frozen and half covered in snow. So, yeah, this poor little guy, you can still hear the water, although not through the wind. And as you can see, so this is another mountain trick. All of our driveways here, most of our driveways, shouldn't say all. Most of our driveways here are very, very, very steep. So they are not safe to go up and down when it's ice and or snow. And we do get both at times. So it is not uncommon for people to park their cars at the bottom of the driveway in case of an emergency. So if something happens and somebody absolutely positively has to get out of the house and go somewhere, go get help, at least one car is available to do so. Now in this snow, yeah, it would be a rough trip. I mean, look at this. Ah, sorry. That's my mitten. So, yeah. This would be a tough trip to get to the main road. Even if the main road is plowed, actually physically driving to it would be a tough job, but still, it's something. Let's see if I can take you guys to the pond. Let's see if I can make it through the snow to the pond. This is very beautiful, y'all. It's also a workout. That's why I'm breathing like a beached whale. Oh my goodness, this is deep. Whew. Let me see if I can make it to the fence. Oof. Hold on. Patience. There we go. Oh, here's my pond. There's the teeny little fishing pier where I dance a lot. I've recorded many a dance video on that. So, yeah, but isn't that beautiful? No, this pond is artificial. So it is a little fishing pond that's stocked artificially. And it stays fairly warm. It is fed by a mountain stream, but it's very small. So when the weather is warm, it gets warmed up a little bit easier. So, hang on guys. Technical difficulties with my mittens. Alright, here we go. Oh my God, yes, tornado. You know what? You know what? I think I would rather have snow than tornadoes. One of the things I studied in college was thermodynamics and heat transfer. And that is actually part of physics that goes into the study of weather. And we did talk about tornadoes. And yeah, that is a force of nature you do not want to mess with. That is scary. And I do have friends living in Tornado Alley. And, you know, when you hear that siren, it's like, oh my God, that is so chilling. I am to a very pretty part of my neighborhood. Look at that. Isn't that gorgeous? Let's see if we can see. So there is a number of waterfalls and creeks. This whole area is known for it. You know, the whole Asheville area of western North Carolina is known as the land of streams and waterfalls. And it is not at all uncommon to live within like walking distance of one or two or several. And we are no exceptions. So, hang on. Find some more tracks. Here we go. Can you see it, you guys? So, that is the bottom segment of the waterfall that I am actually taking you to. I love this. It's so beautiful. Gorgeous. Very windy. Whew. Whew. This is my stopping point. Here's the reason why. This next thing is extremely, extremely, extremely steep. Ooh, looks like we have some snow plows coming. Wow, somebody brave enough actually ventured out. You see them down the road there? I need to get off the road so that I'm out of their way. So I'm gonna just stand here, admire the waterfall, and let them pass, and you can admire the waterfall with me. That is so pretty. And you know what? I have looked up what this particular creek is called, and I always forget what it is called. You know, that's interesting, Doxel, and I can see that. Yeah, if the wind is like tornado speed wind, yeah, like hell you're gonna hear those sirens. Because that sounds like a train coming. You know, that is gonna drown out any siren. Those guys are struggling. Okay, I'm gonna try climbing. So this is tough. This particular incline that I just showed you. It's tough even in the summer. In the winter, I don't see how anybody can make it up or down safely. I mean, these guys have chains on their wheels, so they might be able to make it up. I don't know. I don't know how far they were planning to go. I'm looking at their tires, and their tires are completely clogged with snow. So, not sure if they're gonna make this up. But yeah, this is pretty steep. If you want to train the backs of your legs muscles, this is the place to do it. I haven't been up here in a while, and I have done an 8-mile hike on Friday, which involved a very long hill. Like, if you guys have Old Trails app, pop up Hard Times Road Loop. So that was part of it, and I added on to it. So that's how it ended up being 8 miles instead of 6 miles. Whew. This is a climb. So my legs are still sore from that. So here's some more beautiful woods. And here's the thing, so see how these trees have hardly any snow on them? And the reason, hey Stu, the reason why is because it got so heavy and so windy at the same time. We had a blast of wind here for a while. Oh, here come the trucks. Hi guys. Woo! They are having fun. So smart people in the area have ATVs, all-terrain vehicles. This is a prime day for an all-terrain vehicle. Thanks for making me some nice ruts, guys. Whew. So anyway, as I was saying, all those trees up there had some snow on them earlier today, early in the morning. It started snowing around 1 a.m. and just kept on going at about 1.5 inches per hour. So by morning we had 7 on the ground. And then we had a blast of wind, and these trees up here, they're at the top of the ridge, see? So when it gets windy, it just sweeps them off. And for a while we had this really, really weird effect. You couldn't tell whether it was really snowing or whether it was the stuff falling off the trees. You know? Just flipping amazing. Almost there. Almost there, almost there. Yeah, Doxel, I wish I was independently wealthy and could get me a nice ATV to zip around the neighborhood right now. That would be so fun. All right. So, that turn right there where the street sign is at, that's where we're going. We're almost there. And then I'll show you something amazing. Now, some of you who have been my friends and followers have seen this place before. Again, a huge favorite. I filmed many videos there. But some of you might not have. So that's where we're going. Sorry for huffing and puffing, guys. This is work. Okay. At least now I'm going downhill. And see the lower branches. You sort of get some snow, but the upper branches are all bare. This is deep. This is tougher for me because, again, small person, short legs, and undersized lungs. So any type of exertion is like more of an exertion. That's okay though. This is so worth it. You know, I love me a good snowy walk. Thank you. Thank you, Doxel. Thank you for the likes. Thank you for the follows. Doxel Stewart, thank you so much for being here. I appreciate it. We're really snowed in. I honestly don't know, guys. Okay, Stu, you be safe. You know, be good, be safe. Don't get sick anymore. That freaks me out. All right? Thank you. Thank you for stopping by. All right. Almost there, guys. Almost there. Here it comes. You can hear the noise. Can you hear the noise? Here. I'm like up to my knees in the snow. Here you go. Stu, this is my waterfall. You've seen it like 1,000 times. Here you go, guys. This is what I really wanted to show. Let me pop over just for a second to how's that for a winter trip, eh? This is like one of my favoriteest places in the whole wide world. When I'm troubled, when I'm sad, when I'm lonely, this is where I come. And just sit and listen to the water. That water, as it happens with many mountain streams, never really gets warm. It tips up a little bit during the dog days of summer, July and August, that type of thing. But not really. It's always cold. So, but it's so pretty, and that sound is so amazing. And I'm so happy to have shown you this. Again, thank you so much for coming to visit me. See, there's my miserable little tracks in the snow. Little hobbit tracks in the snow. Whew. And here's where that water falls. See that water at the bottom? That's where it's at. So the waterfall that I showed you down the road comes from this one. And there's another one further up road, but I'm not going to go there because it's like a really steep climb, where you can see even further upstream of this one. And it too is very pretty, but it's not very safe. It's like not a paved road, not even gravel. So yeah. Whew. We made it. Yes. Yeah. Yeah, I filmed Doxel. I have like a ton of nature walk videos there. And a ton of dance videos there. I just love this place. I love water. I'm a huge water baby. You know, one of my, and this is kind of shivery, but one of my favorite rituals when it snows is first thing, after I get up. First thing, get up, step out the door, step out of my slippers, and step barefoot into the snow. Just for a few seconds. Just for a few seconds. And there's just something about it. If you want to jumpstart your circulation, whew, that is definitely a way to do it. I'm not saying everybody should, but maybe I am. Ah, and here's this hard dry stuff coming down again. Whew. Thank you for sharing, Doxel. I really appreciate that. You can see more of the woods and more of the snow, more coming down. So this is supposed to be, hi Lily! This is supposed to be coming down all day today. The weather app I use is called Weather Underground. It's wunderground.com. And usually when it snows, it shows snow in purple. So if you go to Weather Underground right this second and pull up Hendersonville, North Carolina, you'll see it's a big, fat, solid block of purple over there. Thank you, Lily. So yeah, we're getting. I said this earlier. Some of you might have missed it. Nah, you're fine. You're fine. I'll be posting pictures from this for like days, so don't worry about it. You didn't miss much. But as I said before, in the past, so I've been living in this area for 10.5 years. And in the past, we used to have fairly steady, moderate snow on and off through the course of the winter, sometimes starting around November. Hang on, guys, let me find myself a safe track here, because now we're going downhill. So just to show you what we climbed. See, we climbed all that way, and I'll show you again when we get to the bend. So we used to have fairly steady snow, but it was moderate snow. It was like, 3 inches here, 4 inches there. So it was pretty, but it didn't shut everything down. And remember, this is the mountains, so we are not as clueless up here about the snow as people are generally in the south. And I'm not being mean about it. It just is, if you don't get certain weather steadily, you don't get prepared for it. So, but up here in the mountains, so we did get snow. Now, we seem to have 70 degrees and then snowmageddon. We did have a dusting of snow last week, but again, it was one of those, it was one of those where it was very pretty first thing in the morning, and then it melted by noon. Right? So that's what we got. And then there's today where, as I mentioned, it's been snowing since about 1 o'clock in the morning. And it's been coming down at a steady about 1 inch per hour. So it's like, can we go back to the moderate, steady kind of situation where we know what to do? But yeah, it's very beautiful. It's a very beautiful area. Unfortunately, we are like a little liberal island in a very conservative state, but this area is gorgeous. So let me show you some more around me. You can sort of see, and some very nice people on the ATV. Okay, Lily, thank you for being here. Thank you for the likes. Thank you for the roses. I always appreciate you. Wish you were here and we could take a nice snowy hike. That would be fun. Oh, let me see if I can show you my little friend. Can you see my little friend, you guys? Oh, he dropped into the ditch. There's a little bird and I can't tell. There he is. There he is. Oh, hi, fella. What you doing? I popped over and I filmed this little guy. He's so cute. My wildlife is not thrilled about this weather. You know, I had to step out this morning after I watched your live with Lily and Annie. I actually stepped out, literally, had to grab my bird feeders and flip them over to empty the snow out of them because the birds could not get to the seed in the bird feeder. So I had to flip them over, shake them out, refill them, shake the snow off the branches. You know. Oh, okay, so we're almost there. Let me get you to the bend. He's a pretty bird. I don't know who that is. So let me flip the camera again. So this is where, so we're on top of the bend now. So that was the bend we climbed. And again, this is lethal. This is lethal. You go into this turn when it's snow or ice or both. You cannot stop, literally. See that? It's like this very tight, very slippery, very sharp turn, and it's steep. So unless you have an ATV or a snowmobile or whatever, you cannot get up and down this. This is crazy. And see how high up we are above the road. That's the road that I live on. That's my street right there. Geez, I sounded a little southern there for a sec. That's my street up there. I have a terrible southern accent. It hurts my face. Growing up in the Soviet Union, like most children studying English, I was taught classic British English. So I can't do southern accent if you paid me. It's ridiculous. Whew. There we go. We're down. Yes. Whew. This is fun. Traipsing through the mountains in the middle of the snowstorm is always a good idea. Don't let anyone tell you otherwise. And we're back to our beautiful little waterfall. Again, let me... And I keep forgetting to ask what this plant is. Does anybody know what this plant is? It's so pretty. It's pretty. Let me know. Whew. Ooh. All right. Let me show you some other places. Let me see if I can get closer to the creek. Again, I come here very often in the summer. This right here, this is actually somebody's property, but they're very, very nice people. If you don't, cause any trouble, they just don't want you, making a mess. And most people here are respectful of such things. So this is like somebody's gigantic fire pit, which is lovely during the weather like that to sit with your blanket and your fire pit and like drink cocoa. So yeah, they have a very nice property. Of course, they have a waterfall in their backyard. But yeah, this is a very pretty place to live. Not always very convenient. This is, again, because this is the sticks, there are trade-offs. Yeah, they have this cute little water wheel house. See that? Which I love. It's so pretty. And Right now especially, it's so picturesque in the snow. It's so lovely. Duxel, I don't know about the accent, because here is a fun fact. So, my husband was born in Georgia, I think south of Atlanta, Georgia, or something like in the Atlanta, Georgia area. He grew up in Spartanburg, South Carolina. He doesn't have a southern accent, but he can do it really well. He did a lot of theater at school, so he sort of got rid of his southern accent more or less. But he can do it. He can do a really good southern accent. He and I have known each other for 20 years at this point, and I have not picked up his accent. So I think at this point it is hopeless. Yeah, it looks like the trucks gave up here and turned around and went back. They decided not to go up the dangerous hill. Let's see if we can get closer to the pond. Let's see if we can do that. Can we do that? I think we can do that. We're just insane enough to do that because we're badass. So let me get around the cars. Oh my goodness, this is some real snowdrift up here. Hang on, let me show you. See if I can show you. So that is my boot, and that is the snow. I am not a tall person. This is some serious Hobbit in the snow action. This is like in the mountains of Caradhras. I don't know if I can get any closer to the pond. Yes, it is very much like a painting. I've taken so many pictures of this pond. So many. But right now the snow is like I'm a little bit afraid to go further because this ground is bumpy. So actually you can see, so these trees right here that look so sad and bare right now, those are cypresses. And at the bottom of the cypresses, see those little bumpies in the snow? That's called cypress knees. And if you are from the south, you are very familiar with that phenomenon, cypress knees. They are benign growths off of the roots of the cypress tree. So, and because I'm silly and I have a very overactive imagination, I always pretend that they're little cities. Unfortunately, when it snows, some of the cypress knees are covered, and you can seriously stumble and fall face first into the snow if you stumble over once, because they're very smooth and slick on the surface. So I don't want to do that on my life. I'm so self-conscious already. So I don't want to do that. Fall face down into the snow. But I can show you some other stuff. Oh, and this is one of the things about living in the woods, living in the sticks. It is quiet. Like right now, I actually feel self-conscious because I am the loudest thing in this whole neighborhood. Like, I really do feel self-conscious. I'm lowering my voice because it's so quiet. We get to a safe spot where we can be off the road and we can just stand and listen for a second. Take another picture of my creek over here. I love that creek. So let me see if I can get to the little bridge so that you guys can have a nice view of the beautiful creek here. So this is all the same creek. So the same creek that we saw falling as the waterfall. So that's the same one. This is the same body of water. And again, cold as hell, especially this time of year. So and that too is somebody's very beautiful property. We're not going to trespass because that wouldn't be nice. So let's just stand here and listen. This is my accompaniment, guys. This is something I hear pretty much day in, day out. You know, there's always some type of body of water bubbling away somewhere. I do not like this wind. Fun fact, in Ukrainian language, even though the calendar is the same, you know, so the new year starts on January 1st and so on, but Ukrainians kept the names of their months from the old calendar, and I actually kind of like that because they're much more descriptive than the names of dead Roman emperors. So in Ukrainian language, January is called Sichin, which means cutter, because so what I'm feeling right now, what I'm feeling right now is definitely cutter. That's definitely Sichin. Yeah, I love that sound. There are times when I know somebody's upset or sick or tired, I just record. I step out onto my porch and record the sound and send them like through Instagram. I can do that for you too, Doxel. Just, if you let me know if you're ever down and you just need some soothing sound to listen to, I just send you my sound. Because I know you and I follow each other on Instagram. But yeah. And it's like one of those things because you can just play it and over. You can download it on a loop. Oh, the little pond is completely frozen over. It's probably not very thick ice because, again, just a few days ago we had a very, very, very warm weather. But that is completely frozen. Yeah, poor little thing. And February, which is my birthday month, I am a winter baby, is called, in Ukrainian, is called Lutey, which means the savage one. So that's coming. A lot of people asked me, you know, growing up in Ukraine, in the southeast part of Ukraine, you know, did you get snow? Because all the movies about Russia always have snow. And a lot of people still mistakenly think that Ukraine is part of Russia. It's not, it's a separate country. But so they asked me, it's like, do you always have snow? Well, no. It's a very different climate. So Ukraine, Belarus, and western part of Russia is part of this very long, flat plain. One of the oldest tectonic flats in the world, on the planet. So what happens, the Arctic wind travels unstopped by any sort of mountains or anything, any sort of geological obstacle, all the way from top to bottom. So in the winter, December and January is where we have this very, very cold, dry, kind of windy weather. It actually can be quite dangerous because it really dries out your respiratory system. And then in February, somebody turns on the snow faucet upstairs and the snow starts falling. So that's what the climate was like. So there is another waterfall, but I'm not going to go to it because it's down this very, very snowy slope. But you can just see the glimpse of water down there in the ravine. But that's the ridge. So I live between two ridges. So there's one ridge and there's the other ridge. And what happens is when it gets windy, this works as a wind tunnel and the wind accelerates. And you can hear it whistling and the trees come down. It's like, it gets spooky sometimes, extremely loud. Oh, look at the icicles. Oh, who doesn't love some? Yeah, let me see if all those windy, viney things. That's kudzu, unfortunately, the parasite of the south. One of the examples of how introducing a species that don't have a natural predator or natural weather condition to balance them out, they go out of control and unfortunately killing a lot of our beautiful woods, including Pisgah National Forest, which is like 20 minutes from here. It's back to North Carolina Arboretum, where I go hiking all the time, and I do go hiking into Pisgah. So, and there is the dry snow again. All right. Well, we are back home. I'm gonna put my phone away before I have to climb my driveway. Thank you so much for coming, Doxel. Thank you for watching. I appreciate you. Appreciate everybody who stopped by to share this little bit of winter with me. We will probably be dug out sometime tomorrow. Please stay safe, stay well, stay warm, and I will see you again some other time. Have a good one.